If you've been dealing with a lot of lower back pain and sciatica, or you feel like you've just lost connection to your core, then this yoga practice centered around strengthening your pelvic floor will definitely help you, I promise. It is not a class if you are in current lower back pain. It is a class to prevent future back pain. So grab 2 yoga blocks. I'm Danica. This is the Light of My Life Vita. When you're ready, let's get started. All right. Let's grab a hold of one of our blocks, take it on its skinny side and place it just above your knees. And then we're gonna hug our legs in towards the block. And right away, I'm sure you can tell it's activating those deep core stabilizing muscles. Feet flat on the floor, you can wrap your hands behind your thighs. And as you inhale, lift the spine tall as you reach your heart forward. And then we'll exhale and round the spine. Let your arms straighten. Inhale, lift, reach forward. And exhale, round. So try to keep hugging the block in. It is not easy to remember. And that's okay. No judgment when you realize that maybe you've let it go. We're just going to simply come right back to it. Over and over. One more round. And then we'll pause with our heart lifted, really tall spine. Relax the shoulders. Hug the block in with the legs. Grab a hold of your other block and we'll take it on its widest setting. And then just reach your arms straight out in front of you. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Hug the block in with the legs. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the arms up over the head. And exhale, lower them back down in front. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Hug the block in with your legs and your hands. One more. Keep the arms straight out in front of you. And as you exhale, very gently twist, dropping that block down on the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop on the left side. Inhale to center. 2 more rounds. Keep hugging the block in with the knees. Last one. Both sides. And gently release. Both blocks, set them off to the side for now. Walk your feet just a little bit wider than your hips and very gently start to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. The next time that your knees drop down on the right side, we're going to pause there. Bend your knees a lot so your legs come more towards in towards your body. So right leg is bent. You're more seated towards your right side of your hip. Bring your right hand pretty far out away from your right hip and reach your left arm up over your head. As you exhale, we're going to bring the left hand to the right knee, rounding the spine. And then inhale, reach that arm up, over, and back behind you. Exhale, bring it up and forward to your knee, round your spine. Inhale, lift, reach back, reach your heart forward. One more. And then we'll gently lift everything up, reach both arms up over your head. And then grab a hold of your left ankle with your left hand, reach your right arm up and over to the left, very gentle side stretch, 2 breaths into the right side of your body. And then we'll release. Slowly rolling over to the other side, dropping both knees down on the left side. Bringing your left hand out a ways from your left hip, reaching your right arm up. As you exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee, round your spine. And inhale, reach your arm up and back behind you as you reach your heart forward. Exhale, bring the arm forward, round your spine. And inhale, reach up and back. One more round. And then we'll slowly, gently lift both arms up over your head. Right hand to your right ankle. Reach your left arm up and over to the right. 2 breaths into the left side of your body. And gently release. Swing your legs out in front of you. Feet flat on the floor again. Reach your arms forward and just see if you can roll very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, down your back. If not, we're just coming to roll all the way down onto your back. You have the option here to, once again, use your block right above your knees like we did at the beginning of the practice. Feet flat on the floor. Hug the block in with the legs. Might be a little bit easier this way. But this is helping to support the muscles around the SI joint and keep the SI joint locked and loaded and always ready so that it's not as easily misaligned. So let's just start with a few micro movements in the lower part of the spine. So as you exhale, think of pressing your lower back down into the floor and your tailbone lifts up slightly. And then as you inhale, reverse that, drop the tailbone down and let the lower back lift up off the mat. Exhale, press the lower back down and lift the tailbone. And then inhale, lower the tailbone, lift the lower back. So keep hugging the block and notice if you let that go. It's okay, there's no judgment. It's easy to do. So these little tiny micro movements might feel like they're not doing anything at all, but it is. Isolating this type of movement is really helping to get deep into those core muscles that are hard to reach through just regular crunches. And it's a really good practice to do to stabilize your pelvic floor. So we're going to let our spine come back to neutral. And then we're going to articulate through the entire spine like we just did with our lower spine. We'll articulate to lift all the way up into a bridge. So pressing the lower back into the floor as you peel the tailbone up, and then the lower back, mid back, all the way up to the upper spine. And as you exhale, we'll reverse and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lower down, lower back, and tailbone hits at the very end. Inhale, press your lower back into the mat as you peel the spine away from the mat very slowly. Keep hugging the block with the knees. And reverse, lower bone by bone, back down slowly onto the mat. And you might notice, we're going to keep moving with your own breath, you might notice that it is kind of a challenge to isolate the spine like this, to completely articulate through the spine. Especially when you get to the lower back part, when you want your lower back to hit before your tailbone. That's the tricky part. That's the pelvic floor. Keep hugging the block with the legs. We'll do one more round. Awesome. Okay, let's set the block off to the side for now. And we're gonna come into a reverse tabletop, so stacking the knees on top of the hips to the best of your ability. And then reach your arms up, palms facing each other. They're in line with your shoulders. As you inhale, you're gonna drop your left toes and your right hand back behind you. And then we'll exhale, bring it back up. Opposite, so dropping the left hand and the right toes down, and then lift it back up. Left toes, right hand, lift it back up. Right toes, left hand, lift it back up. So you can continue with this movement, or you can add one extra layer on. So as you drop your left toes and your right hand, you'll bring your left hand to your right knee and press your knee into your hand and your hand into your knee. And then release, come back up, reverse tabletop. Right toes, left hand, bring your right hand to your left knee, press into each other, release, reverse tabletop. So a few more times. It takes a little bit of coordination, and that's okay. Move at your own speed. Notice if your lower back feels peeled off the floor. See if you can stamp that lower back down into the mat. That's keeping that lower core engaged completely. We'll do one more round on each side. And then coming back into your reverse tabletop, bring both hands to both knees, and then you're going to press both hands and both knees in towards each other. Press your lower back down into the floor. And we'll keep this shape but release. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. We'll do that 2 more times. Press the knees into the hands and the hands right back into the knees. Your body's probably shaking, and that's good. It means you're getting stronger. And release. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And last time, give it everything you got. Stamp your lower back into the floor. Press your hands into your knees and your knees right back into your hands. And very slowly, gently release. Roll over onto your right side and we'll lift up onto your right forearm and stack the knees. So your elbow is right underneath of your shoulder, and then bring your hand out in front of you. Reach your left arm up. As you exhale, we're going to reach that left arm back behind you. So your forearm is right behind your right forearm. And then inhale, lift back up. So it's like we're trying to thread the needle, but we just don't go that far. Exhale, gently rotating your heart down. And inhale, lift it up. 2 more times. Very nice. We're going to switch, roll over onto the other side. Left forearm down, stacking your knees. Reach your right arm up, and then exhale, thread it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, thread it through. And inhale, lift up. So go with your own breath. Very slowly, so you know this is coming. This movement is just coming from your upper back. Last one. And then you can place both hands down and we'll slowly rotate over onto a tabletop, hands and knees. Walking the hands out, keep your hips stacked over your heels. Melt your heart down into a puppy pose. Draw your lower belly in and up and let your heart melt down. Take one more deep breath here. And then gently lift up. And we'll slide forward down onto our bellies. Come into a Sphinx pose on your forearms. Tops of the feet on the floor, fingers spread wide. Press down to lift up out of the shoulders. Like you're pulling the ground towards you, draw your heart forward. Lift your gaze. Deep breath in. And a slow breath out. You can stay here or you can start to drop one shoulder down towards the center and then the other. Just stretching out all those muscles we just activated. And we'll pause for one more breath here in Sphinx pose. And then gently pressing yourself back up. Cross your ankles, make your way into a comfortable seat. Closing your eyes for just a moment so you can scan your body to feel what might have already changed for you. Maybe you do feel that core connection, or you feel you're sitting a little taller or a little easier. If you feel nothing, that's okay. It will show up, I promise. On your next inhale, reach your shoulders up toward your ears. And exhale, slide them down the back. Blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that at the very least you had fun with it. And I hope that we get to practice again together soon. Namaste.